My take on the Wolf Prize in Physics, Chien-Shiung Wu, 1978, 1 out of 1. I'm filming this over 40 years later. On Thursday, 12 September 2024, I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Norway and United States of America and Italy and Hungary, if only for today. And I'm talking through the Chien-Shiung Wu, she, her, hers of China and United States of America. Wolf Prize in Physics, year of award 1978. She won the Wolf Prize in Physics, 1 out of 1 of the prize, 100% for her research regarding the weak interaction in physics, which modern times has become, there's like 4 fundamental interactions that are broadly accepted and as very distinct types of interactions, so it's one of those. And I provide my take/perspective on her award and contextualize it in terms of the first recipient of the Wolf Prize in Physics being a woman. All right, so it wasn't first woman winning the prize. So this Wolf Prize in Physics rolled out in 1978, and she won it. Okay, 1 out of 1, 100% of the prize. To date, that has not happened with the Nobel Prize, and it's been around for over a century. I started in the 1800s, and it's now the 21st century, and they have not had a single woman in the physics category win the entire thing. And the Wolf Prize, it was the first one. And so she hailed from China, was born in China of Chinese ancestry, so far as I know, and then moved to the United States of America. And if I'm recalling correctly, okay, she worked on like the Manhattan Project and stuff, and so she did some pretty foundational work there. So we're going to be sending support from this Norwegian lady to her in the graveyard and beyond. Okay, and so the weak interaction, so you can think of there's a strong interaction and there's a weak interaction. However, like if there's no overlap between things, then 2 circles of a Venn diagram don't overlap. All right, so they're 2 separate circles. So the weak interaction is fundamentally different than the strong interaction. They're defined as 2 different things. So while something might be strong, it's not everything. All right, and it definition level cannot be weak. Right? And the weak interaction, depending on one's perspective, is the most important interaction in all of physics. Right? So there's the sometimes I gotta love physics for stuff like this, where it's just like, yes, that's right. All right, people might get siphoned in and stuck in like a dominance or strong, or however one wants to phrase it, kind of mentality, but in physical reality, that's not how stuff works. And so I'm not saying the weak interaction is like weak mental thought processes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's an analogy here of, and like the interaction that is most shared when one person does a bunch of stuff and nobody else does is the weak interaction that would be the most shared. Right? So not everybody's up for sharing or being like a global citizen, so to speak, or a good one. So it's like the weak interaction is very fundamental to existence there, as an analogy. Okay, she's got one heck of a work song, doesn't she? Yeah, she does. I think it's very cool and a very admirable lady to win the first ever Wolf Prize in Physics, and she won 100% of it. So something that has not been topped by the Nobel Prize to date as of Thursday, 12 September 2024. Right. And that one started in the 1800s instead of 1978. So sometimes just because a prize is around long enough doesn't mean it highlights research. It's a weird, it's an interesting one because, right, it wasn't highlighted for diversity, it was highlighted because she got it right. Right? So there's that. It's just kind of when, yeah, it's nice of them to choose to include her. right? They chose her for her research, and it was a you know, global majority, right, per continent original peoples. The global majority is Asians, so I would say in the people deciding the word, there might have been a little bit of like, isn't that the universe pointing us a sign where it's the right time to debut this prize, where like the stars align? And maybe it was like that for each category or something, like, you know, kind of like the the ether of the universe. I'm not saying she supports the ether of the universe. That's me and my craziness. But the ether of the universe, that that concept has been around for thousands of years. So that one is not mine. It's just one I like. So, but like the ether of the universe, you know, was like, yay, it's time. So there we go. That is my take on the Wolf Prize in Physics, Chien-Shiung Wu, 1978, 1 out of 1.